everybody. Just gotta send this out real quick. Alright, we are ready to go. Alright, if nobody is here within the first 15-20 minutes, then I'll just end the live stream. Get a nice cherry Coke. Alright, and I'm going to be bagging and boarding some books that need to be bagged and boarded. Like, these are just bagged, but they're not, you know, newer ones, so I'm just going to redo that. And I got a big stack of ones that weren't even, you know, bagged and boarded. So I'm going to be doing that for a bit. So I apologize if people, you know, join the stream and start talking and I don't see it. Okay. I might keep it. I'll decide on it later. But first one, bagged and boarded, Punisher Warzone, number 4. Next one up, Suicide Squad 44. Really hate the dog hair. Really do. And I know the Suicide Squad wasn't such a huge, like, success. Like, comic-wise, anyway. Next one up is Phenomics? Something like that. This is issue number 1 to it. Next up is Chip Zdarsky's Newburn, I mean. Again, another cool looking book. Actually, one that I've been kind of really tempted to read. Just because I heard a rumor that this might be becoming like a TV show or a movie at some point. Don't fully remember, if I'm honest. And then Batman 496, part of the Nightfall? Yeah, Nightfall. Issue number 9 of Nightfall, to be exact. Yo, we got someone in the chat. What is up, fellow human? How are you doing tonight? Oh, they left. Okay. Just bag and boarding some comics. A lot of older stuff that I just never really put into bags and boards. Then we have number 1 of Nightfall. Now all I need is, like, I don't know how long of a series that was now I think about it. And then Batman 510. Oh, excuse me. Like, I'm just going to be bag and boarding the books until I get more people in the stream. And then I'll be going from there. But Detective 660. Again, another cool looking book. Got a piece of sticky. Yep, another cool looking book. Yeah, final stream on a Wednesday. I'm going to be switching that to, I'm thinking about Saturdays just so I can have, you know, more people free, just so I can, you know, communicate better. Yeah, so this is going to be the final Wednesday stream. Yeah, it's not going to be the final stream ever. If I was, I would just blow my brains out right here, right now. But anyway, I'm just bagging and boarding some comics that didn't have a bag and board. So Detective 663, part of the Nightfall storyline, which is a storyline I'm actually trying to complete, and I've never seen any of them in person. I was very tempted to get them off of eBay at one point, but I bought a mystery lot off of eBay, ironically, and I have like 4 of the parts, so I'll just. And one of them's actually issue number 1 to the Nightfall story, so it's pretty good. But anyway, how are you doing today, Beagle? Right. And then we have Time Masters issue number 1. Yeah, the final one on a Wednesday. I'm going to be switching it to either Friday or Saturday. Still debating. I'm going to try out Saturday this week too. Yeah, I'm going to be trying it out on Saturday to see, if people are busy or not. Just, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure I specified that it was, the final Wednesday stream. I might have not. Yeah, man. Like, I mean, I'm just. Oh yeah, I got Mortal Kombat 1 for a good deal. $47. That's not bad. Play it much more until after I beat Spider-Man 2. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about going through the entirety of like Spider-Man 2 before I even think about playing Mortal Kombat 1, just because I saw some more gameplay of it, and let me just say, man, holy ass and dick, man, like that game looks so fucking fun. Yeah. Here is Year of the Villain, number 1. Just some miscellaneous stuff. Do it, Brett. I might bite the bullet and buy Spider-Man 2 with my eyes closed. Do it. Let me just say, I pre-ordered the game, and let me just say, I could not be more excited, dude. Like, legitimately. So excited. And then here is Daredevil 184, the first time Punisher meets Daredevil, I think. Or something close to that. Or it's the first fight between them. Yeah, I think it might be the first fight between Daredevil and Punisher. Daredevil 184. When the IRS comes knocking, I'll show them my Spider-Man 2. So understandable. I'd do the same thing. Oh, and here's issue number 3 reprint of the Amazing Spider-Man series. This is a reprint from the current one, and I know a lot of people don't like this series. Like, I mean, I've been reading it. It's meh. Like, I wouldn't, like, I mean, like, if you want to read Spider-Man, I recommend reading something else first. But I mean, it's a. Oh, well, hopefully you can, man. I'll still be streaming for at least another, like, hour or so, depending on how, long people stay here. And just because I have my Spider-Man stuff in this box, I'll just leave that right there. Ooh, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, number 1. Pretty cool. And Common School L, very. Oh, this is actually. Oh, this is a more new one. Okay, I didn't know that. What the hell is on it? Yeah, I don't know what that was, but it was stuck to it. Emotional damage. Get off my leg. Yep. Anyway, Guardians Cosmic Rewind. Oh, one more thing, Carnage. Would you hypothetically have time to voice for a stop motion for the 31st? Yeah, I would have enough time to do that, depending on how many lines it would be. And, when I would, like, I know you just said the 31st, but all depends on, like, how many lines it is, and, who the character is. Anyway, Batman 10 Cent Adventure. Again, mostly picked it up just because it's a cool cover. ASM 384. Come on, come on. You know you want to go on the bagging board. Don't be a whore. Get off my hand. Like, comics just look so much better in bagging boards, man. I don't know why. And then here's Wolverine issue number 7. Still beyond happy I found this one, because I actually found issue number 8 like the same week, and by found I mean my comic shop that I work at got it in, and I got first dibs off of a lot of the books from that certain lot, so pretty happy about that. Venom Lethal Protector, yep, Lethal Protector number 3. Getting slowly closer to getting this done. I know I have issue number 2, and I found issue number 3. And it's still in my leg. I've been avoiding gameplay spoilers and other spoilers in general for Spider-Man 2. I want to go in knowing only the stuff Insomniac has officially shown. Understandable. Yeah, I mean, I did kind of get one fight scene spoiled for me. I'm not going to say anything, but let me just say, it's with a character I did not expect to show up in the game. Or at least I think it's the character I'm thinking of. But I'm not going to say anything else, just because, don't want to spoil it for you, man. Anyway, West Coast Avengers issue 304. Again, looks so much better in a bag and board. Alright, now going on to the stack that's only bagged, which is a lot, so I'm gonna take a lot of these out. Like, I don't know why people just put comics in bags, man. Like, that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Oh, this is kind of cool. But now it's getting put into a brand new bag and board. There's that. Pretty cool. You know what? I'm just going to go get my trash can real quick so I can, make sure the stuff doesn't just stay on the ground. So, how are you doing tonight, Beagle? Hope you are doing well. Don't know if I asked you that already. I can't truthfully remember. Ew, why is my trash can wet? I didn't even put a drink in you. Well, that's scary. Alright. Issue number 26 of Alpha Flight. I only have issue number 1 to this series, plus a, just a one-shot, I think it was. And the only reason why I got the one-shot, pretty good. School is pretty meh today. Understandable. School is pretty meh every day, I feel like. Especially when, like, I'm assuming you're in high school. Like, early high school, I'm assuming. That's just me guessing. Anyway, Alpha Flight 26. Never really read Alpha Flight before. I know I have issue number 1. I've never, I'm a sophomore. Yeah, the first couple of years of high school are pretty meh. And then, junior year and senior year, it just picks up pretty well. or pretty hard, I should say. Oh, I totally forgot about these ones. Yeah, I actually picked these these Avenger books up. I picked these up after I got back from my vacation to the Dominican Republic, which, let me just say, that was a interesting trip, especially with how it ended. Like, it ended so horribly, dude. And I'm not going to get into it just because it is a little personal, but it did not go very well for like the last day of the vacation. So, anything? You've been watching a horror movie? Uh, no, I haven't watched a horror movie in a while. Like, the closest I've gotten is Lucifer. And that was actually just before I got on this stream. Yeah, like, I'm truthfully not really much of a horror movie fan. Uh, like, the only movies I can really say that I'm a fan of that are, like, horror related is any of the Friday the 13th ones. Scream, even though I've never watched any of the Scream movies aside from, like, the first one. And, what's it called? It. Like, the It movies just scare the fuck out of me, but in a good way, man. Like, oh, I don't know why. They just send a shiver down my spine, and that shiver just makes me happy. And this one's actually a pretty cool one. Black Knight. Also the same day that I got the Avenger books, like this one. Oh, dude, I love the scary movie films. I know I've watched the first and the second one. I can't remember if I watched the third one, but I know I've watched the fifth one and the fourth one. I love those parody movies, man. Like, they're so good. And I hate that they haven't made a new one in so long. Like, I think the last one came out in like 2013 or something like that. God, I have so much dog hair on my floor, man. I hate it. I hate having that much dog hair, man. Anyway. Fear Itself Wolverine, number 2 of 3. Like, I don't know if you're much of a comic book reader, Beagle, but like, there is no better feeling than watching a bag, like a comic go into a bag and a board. Like, it just looks so nice and professional. And I'm about this far done with the stack, and I have about, oh my god, about this much left to re-bag and board. But at least I'm getting on to the Old Man Logan stuff. Pretty cool. Old Man Logan was definitely the best comic series in like the past like 5 years for me, man. Such a good story. And then Dead Man Logan was such a good send-off for this beautiful character. Oh, that's cool. What kind of comics are you into? I'm assuming like more Marvel than DC. But like what kind of character? Like Wolverine, Deadpool, Spider-Man? Like when you do have time to read a comic, what would be your first choice? Because for me personally, definitely Old Man Logan. It's a good one. I recommend it. And that goes for both the like ongoing series that they had that went up to issue like 50 something, and also get off my hand. And also the mini series they had for Secret Wars. Both very good series. I do recommend them. You know, I'm just gonna take the rest of these out of bag and boards just because it's gonna take way too long if I just, you know, do it one at one. Oh. Yeah, I've read a lot of Spider-Man, but I haven't really read any DC comics. I've also read a couple of The Walking Dead comics a while ago. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't read a Walking Dead comic in so long, man. Like, the last one I remember reading was actually the last issue of The Walking Dead. And by last issue, I mean like the final one that they ever made for The Walking Dead before they started reprinting the hell out of it. Which, on one hand, it's a smart idea. On the other hand, it's just kind of stupid. Like how... Because I think they just restarted the series after already, you know, doing it once before. Yeah, and I realized I'm not showing these, but these are very cool covers. Like later on in the series, they kind of, you know, change a little bit because I really like this art style for it. I don't know who drew this. Yeah, probably. But I mean, they're literally just giving the same comic back. Only difference is it's in color. That's the only difference about it. They're just doing it in color, which, I mean, I get it was probably successful, but I mean, at the same time, just kind of a little overkill. This one's definitely one of my favorite ones. And they didn't do it once. They did it twice, but they also did it 3 times. Oh my god. Again, 3 times. This one's definitely my favorite. I've always really enjoyed the brown costume Wolverine, which definitely my favorite Wolverine figure, I might add. But they also did it a 4th time. And let me just say, such a good cover just to copy and paste on anything. And these are also pretty cool covers too. I really like these ones. Like anything with red on Old Man Logan, just so good. Like especially this one. Really do love this one. And all of these books are actually ones I picked up, I want to say like 6, like maybe almost like, no, not even 6 months ago, maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, whenever I went on my vacation to the Dominican Republic. Another badass looking one. And then a series I just really love, Old Man Quill. Yep. And I have the entire series. Like, I just really enjoy the main covers. I have all the main covers except for like 1 issue. And it pisses me off that it's only 1 issue. Anyway, number 9, or no, not 9, 11. Pretty cool. Doctor Doom cover. And also a fun fact, Doctor Doom is actually one of the only villains left. Oh yeah, Old Man Quill came out like, I want to say like, what, 2012? 2019. Yeah, it came out a couple of years ago. Like, I didn't know it was a thing either until, when did I find out? I think it was when my sister was in college and I went to go help her move it was either move in or move out of college. But let me just say, it's such a good series, man. Like, it kind of goes over what happened to, like, a lot of the people that were in space when, the villains took over. Because in the Old Man Logan universe, all the heroes died, man. Which I've always loved that concept of, just the villains, finally getting their shit together and taking over. Like, there's a whole lot of things in here, like time travel. Just so many people that died, so many people that got, you know, such a good one, man. Such a good series, dude. Yeah, I recommend you find it, man. It's a 12 issue series, and I really recommend it. They also did one for Hawkeye too, if you didn't know that. It's called Old Man Hawkeye, which I think I have something about. Yep, issue number 1 of Old Man Hawkeye. And I had issue number 1 already, but I had the like second print of it, which I mean, I usually just read it just to read it, but let me just say this, like I mean, so good, man, so good. And this also kind of fills in the gaps of like bits and pieces of Old Man Logan. Oh, excuse me. There's issue number 7. And I know for the Old Man Quill series, I had issue 1, 2, and 3, and then just randomly issue number 8. But I finally got the rest of it, and all I need now is just issue number 5, not as a variant cover. But I mean, it's a pretty cool like variant cover. Like I like it. Anyway, getting very close to the bottom of the pile. Issue number 6. Yeah, 6. And then this is actually a variant cover to one of my favorite comic book series that came out in the past few years. I know I've already said that about the Old Man Logan / Quill stuff, but I mean, this one though, like Dark Ages, is such a good miniseries, man. Kind of wish they would do more with it. So good. So. And then the last one, issue number 4. Which, let me just say, Old Man Quill does so many things. He fights Galactus, fucking, what's his name? Fing Fang Foom, the Wrecking Crew. Fuck, he even takes on, like, I don't remember what they're called, but it's whoever the Guardian, not Guardian, the Guardian, is his name Guardian? Gladiator. He fights Gladiator, who is basically like a Superman knockoff. This one was definitely a weird comic to, just put in a fucking Ziploc bag. Issue number 41 of John Constantine Hellblazer. Alrighty, man. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. Anyway, this is the mention of John Constantine having lung cancer, which I thought was pretty weird. And apparently it's a key. I mostly just got it just because I really like John Constantine. But I mean, for $4, not bad. And this this one's the first appearance of the Fearsome Five. Yeah. Not a very high copy, but I mean, it's still a cool cover. And then this one was just kind of weird. Like, this is the first Serpent Society, but I mean, it just had a small piece of cardboard in there. And I mean, the rest of the book was just shoved in there, weirdly. And I never really looked through it now I think about it. Definitely a very high, like very, very white pages. I mean, the cover is definitely not fantastic, but I mean, yeah, it's fine. And then this one's a pretty cool one. This is the origin of the Falcon. It does have yellow pages, and it has a piece of cardboard right in the middle for some godforsaken reason. Captain America and the Falcon, issue 186. Yeah, my next big comic book goal would be, like, this is a comic book that's at my local comic shop. It's issue, what is it? I think it's like 117, first appearance of the Falcon, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I'm planning on getting that one for my birthday. My coming up birthday in February. Because, I mean, that book's been there since the place has been open, and I've been eyeballing it for a while. I was very tempted about the Amazing Spider-Man first appearance of the Prowler book they had, but they sold that a few weeks. Well, not even a few weeks ago, like 2 months ago at this point. And I just kind of wish I would have, just pulled the trigger on it. Like, it was a $150 book. But, I mean, hey, you win, you lose. That's all that really matters, is you have fun. So, anyway, getting to the bottom of the stack. Down to the last 4 books. Thank God. And I'm starting to kind of think I may not have enough bagging boards. I'll probably be on for another like 10-15 minutes if no one shows. I'll say 45 actually. Oh, how did this one get like this? Okay, that one's more likely for me. I'll admit that. And I just took this out the other day. That's a sad thing. You know what, I'll say 40. If no one's on by then, I'll get off. But, yeah, I mean, I'll take a little bit of a break from bagging and boarding to show you guys the comics I picked up today. First one is Superman Legacy 850. Very cool storyline so far, really have been enjoying it. Next up is Teen Titans issue number 3. This is a variant cover. I've been really enjoying these variant covers. Really do like them. City Boy issue number 5. A phenomenal storyline so far if you guys haven't read it. Well, I shouldn't say phenomenal. It's a decent one. Next up is Moon Knight issue 28. This is the Nick Klein Stormbreaker variant, and this is a zombie one. Really have been enjoying these zombie covers, just because I am a huge Marvel zombie guy, which I did just recently get like Marvel Zombies 1 and 2 as single issues, and let me just say I was so happy when I found them. I have Daredevil issue number 2. This is the Federico Visitini. I think I said that wrong, but this is the Daredevil Zombified cover. And next up is Sensational She-Hulk number 1 by Lucas Wernick, something like that. Cool cover. Then again, all the Marvel Zombie books are pretty cool. I hate these stupid things. They just stick all the time. Got hair in my mouth. Yeah, and these zombie ones I'm not going to be reading. They're more just because I really love Marvel Zombies. Next up is issue number 6. Yeah, book 6 of Batman Generation Joker. And then the main cover to Moon Knight 28. Deadpool Batter Blood issue number 5. Really have been enjoying this story so far. Very fun. And then next up is Avengers Inc. number 2 by Al Ewing. Al Ewing is one of my favorite writers at Marvel. Really loved him on The Immortal Hulk. Such glorious writing on that entire series, in my opinion. Next up is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 11. And he's teaming up with Blade in this issue, and also his daughter. I think her name is Bloodline, something like that. I know there's blood in the name of his daughter's name. Daredevil issue number 2. I really enjoyed issue number 1. Thought I'd, issue number 2 a try. Another story I've actually kind of enjoyed a bit. Astonishing Iceman issue number 3. Very cool. And if I remember correctly, I believe this is the first appearance of Helverine. This is the second print of it, though. I did get the first print a little while ago, which I was very happy about. But let me just say, this variant cover, or the second printing cover, I should say, so good, man. So beautiful. And only reason why I'm ending the stream kind of early tonight, just because I am kind of tired. Up next is issue number 5 of The Incredible Hulk. And I've also been really enjoying this series, too. Such a good one. Don't know if I showed this one or not, but Astonishing Iceman issue number 3. I've been enjoying the series so far. Here is Jay Garrick the Flash issue number 1. And this one just kind of piqued my interest just because, it's talking about, the classic Flash. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Flash. I don't read the comics. I just really enjoyed the TV show to the point where I just truly didn't really want to read the comics just because it's not my Flash. The next one up is Crypt of Shadows issue number 1. Again, picked this up because Al Ewing's on it. And also, really do love the cover on it. And then the final book is The Invincible Iron Man issue number 11. And let me just say, this Iron Man series, so good, man. Like, I've been really enjoying it, especially the whole, Emma Frost marrying Tony Stark thing. And this is just the last book. This is Wildcats issue number 3. Kind of been tempted to get into the Wildcats just because I kind of feel like they might, get big at some point. Just because I know DC owns the rights to Wildcats, and James Gunn is kind of going kind of obscure character wise with that. So I'm kind of thinking about getting issue number one of Wildcats, which I might do tomorrow when I go to my comic shop to work because I know they have it in the dollar bin somewhere. But I might try to find a little bit of a higher grade copy. But anyway, I'm gonna be heading off for the night. So thank you to everyone who stopped by, and I'll catch you on. Yeah, I said yeah. I'll catch you guys on Saturday when I do my next live stream. So stay tuned for that, and thank you all for watching. Peace.